To the young person contemplating taking up smoking, I would say, why be a sucker and fall victim to a habit, most of the victims of which are only too keen to stop the habit, but find difficulty doing so.
If we're going to prevent heart disease, then we've got to start young, because all the evidence suggests the disease begins in childhood. But how should we go about preventing it? Let's suppose we could look into the future and predict how these children will fare as adults. Some of them will be easily spotted as being at high risk, people with a family history of heart disease, say, smokers, or those with high blood pressure. But the great majority will be in the low-risk group, and nothing about their health will suggest they're particularly at risk from heart disease. One prevention strategy would be simply to pick out the high-risk people and give them treatment. Without it, we know a high proportion of them will die. But that's not enough, because a small proportion of the apparently healthy, low-risk group will also die of heart disease. And because most people are in that category, it accounts for 3/4 of the whole population, many more deaths will in fact occur in the low-risk group than in the high-risk one. Now, we've no way of knowing in advance that these particular low-risk individuals will be struck down by heart disease, and so we can't offer them treatment. So it looks as if we'll save more lives by concentrating on the whole population and applying what we know about the causes of heart disease. We must change the way everyone lives. These children must all be persuaded to adopt a healthier lifestyle so that each one has fewer coronary risk factors and is less likely to die prematurely. As things stand now, about 1/4 of them can expect to die of heart disease. And what applies to this small group of children applies to our society as a whole. If we're going to make any impact at all on the biggest killer of our time, we have to act now. But are we doing enough at the moment to prevent the epidemic?
If from childhood onwards people ate sensibly and had healthier living habits, in particular avoiding smoking, getting regular exercise, keeping a sensible weight and so on, I think the risk that they would ever get a heart attack would be small.